well-coordinated flight crew is essential to every flight. Although this certainly encompasses the way cabin and cockpit crew members coordinate among themselves, it covers even more the way our stewardesses and crewmen work together smoothly as a team. Only by developing this cooperation can safety and service be emphasized to its utmost. My name is Sam Page, and with me is Miss Kay Rogers, one of our New York-based supervisors. As briefly and completely as possible, we'd like to review those flight activities requiring the very closest coordination between cabin and cockpit crew members. Let's first acknowledge that a poorly coordinated crew can quickly undermine passenger confidence in our operation. And beyond that, an uncoordinated crew is not a safe crew.
If we know what to expect of all other crew members, keep continually informed of anticipated flight conditions, and mutually respect the importance of all our duties, we can, by following prescribed procedures, conduct a smooth, efficient, and safe operation. An operation that builds passenger confidence in us.
The captain assumes command of the entire crew when he reports in before departure. Flight crew coordination begins at this point. Initially, only the cockpit crew will be involved in planning the operational aspects of the trip. When the first stewardess reports to the captain, he will brief her on information she'll need in planning her passenger service. As changes occur, he will keep her advised.
And while we're on the subject, the captain's attitude can be a big help in encouraging the girls to follow through on this reporting procedure.
Well, it's certainly not the time for a wisecrack or who cares attitude. I think we should stress that politeness and courtesy among crew members goes a long way. Not only to assure reporting compliance, but in creating an atmosphere conducive to general cooperation.
It sure does. We're required to report to operations an hour before departure. The first stewardess should see if the other girls have signed in, and then immediately introduce herself to the captain. At this time, she'll advise him on whether the rest of the girls have arrived, and will get from him information on the weather, the route, and all conditions that might affect stewardess duties. She should then brief the rest of the girls and plan the services for the trip. Any special plans involving PA announcements, movie showing, cart service, or meal services should be coordinated with the captain. The stewardess who receives the cockpit papers from the agent is responsible for bringing them to the captain. I should add, we'd like to see the other girls make an effort to introduce themselves to the captain too. Of course, this is required of the extra stewardess.
Meal service is the most important point of the stewardess's normal planning. Shrinking flight times and expanding menus have the girls on a very tight schedule. So cockpit crews are asked to cooperate with them in a number of ways. First of all, requests for special service, such as hot chocolate, cold drinks, or coffee, should be avoided while the girls are serving or boarding passengers. Second, crewmen should not ask for substitutions for their special meals, nor items from the passenger menu. Third, unless operating conditions make it absolutely necessary, crew meals should not be requested before passengers are served. Last, the most important help of all is a thoroughness and understanding of the pre-flight briefing between the captain and the first stewardess.
Yes, the more informed the girls are on the flight conditions, the easier it is for them to plan their service. If turbulence is expected, the captain is the best judge on whether service carts can be safely used. If any service has to be canceled because of expected turbulence, or if unexpected turbulence causes us to suspend service, an announcement by the captain explaining the circumstances will generally soothe any irritated passengers.
There may be times when we'll have very little advance warning of turbulence. When this happens, captains may have to use the PA system to notify the girls and the passengers at the same time.
It's a good idea for stewardesses to listen attentively to all announcements from the cockpit, because the captain may not have had time to notify the girls in advance.
Captains are expected to use the seatbelt sign as an advance warning of turbulence ahead, giving the girls time to prepare the cabin and passengers. In light turbulence, the no smoking sign may be left off, indicating that conditions will permit the girls to continue normal duties. But if the no smoking sign is turned on, stewardesses should see that all cigarettes are out, then get themselves seated. They should remain seated until the no smoking sign is turned off.
The seatbelt and no smoking signs are important communication signals from the cockpit, and stewardesses should watch for their use. Airlines are carrying increasing numbers of handicapped passengers. When we have such persons on board, captains should be notified of their presence and seating location as early in the flight as possible.
Possession of an airline ticket doesn't guarantee irreproachable behavior. If anyone tries to intimidate a stewardess in order to gain entry to the cockpit or for any other reason, the crew should be warned.
For that matter, any crime committed aboard our aircraft should be brought to the attention of the captain immediately and requires a report signed jointly by the stewardess and the captain. This applies to disorderly passengers and those who appear to be under the influence of alcohol. Of course, there's no need to call on the captain if the girls can handle the incident.
Captains want to be made aware of things like oil leaks, smoke in the cabin, or any mechanical problem that might affect the airworthiness of the airplane.
From a passenger service standpoint, we can please a lot of people if the stewardesses will tell the captain a little bit about the passengers. For example, on a charter flight, being aware of a group's identity, the purpose of their trip, and other background items enables us to make their experience with American Airlines a more enjoyable one. A little coordination here can do a lot.
Our PA system is an important passenger service item. To keep coordinated using this tool, we have a list of routine announcements to be made and who will make them. Any non-routine PA should be coordinated between the captain and the stewardess.
Since the captain has no way of knowing how his PAs are coming through, stewardesses should monitor them and advise him if there's any problem.
Poor coordination can make us look pretty bad during delays. But if we exchange information between cabin, cockpit, and ground crews, and keep our passengers informed, we can lessen their annoyance.
Poor coordination after landing can make us look pretty bad, too. We've had cases where passengers have been deplaned on a taxi strip. Variations in terminal facilities require that we follow several different deplaning procedures.
But no doors should be opened, stairs lowered, or passengers permitted to deplane until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Except in an emergency, stewardesses will deviate from standard procedures only upon instructions from the captain.
Now that we've finished the trip, we might mention transportation to and from the layover hotel. Stewardesses should be sure to tell the captain if they plan to use other than scheduled transportation. And they should be prompt for crew pickup.
Good coordination never requires more than a few steps to the cockpit or a few words over the interphone. A small effort here will bring rewards to both the crew members and the company.